So the first step to making this personalized Pyrex gift set is to do the vinyl stenciling. So I typed in Shiraki, which is the last name that we're going to put on the sides. I'm going to use the Socialist font. And I like this font because it's a script, but it's a bold script. And I feel like bolder letterings and designs will work a lot better. I'm doing one 9x13 and two 8x6 dishes, and they're all about 2 inches tall. So I'm going to resize it to 1¼ inch height and do it 3 times. And then I'm doing the Made with Love on the other side in the same font and in the same 1¼ height for the larger dish. And then I need to find a heart, so I'm going to do a search for a heart. And there was one that I really liked that kind of matched the font. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to also resize this to 1¼ height and do black so it matches and can be cut on the same page. I'm going to align it with the Made with Love and then copy it and flip it horizontally so they're both facing inwards. Now I just got to make sure it's aligned and centered. I'm going to select all and attach. So this one will work with the 9x13, but I'm going to have to make 2 smaller ones for the 8x6. So I copied it. I'm going to change the width to 7 inches and then duplicate it. Now I'm going to hit make it, and I'm going to space it out so that we have a bigger border around each of the designs. Ideally I want it to be 2 inches, so I'm going to do 2 inches like allowance for the Made with Love, the big one, and then I'm spacing out 2 inches for the Shiraki I Made with Love for both of those, and then 2 inches for the last one, and then I'm going to cut it out. Okay, so I printed or cut out all of my vinyl. This is the one for the large 9x13, and then this is the size of the names. And then I also made it a little bit smaller for this size, 8x6. Just to save time, I already transfer sheeted everything, stuck it on. So this one has the name, and I just need to do the large Made with Love. I've also already prepped my glass surfaces down with this alcohol pad. Just make sure it's lint free. So I've done one set of that, and I've done both of these. So you just make sure that there's no air bubbles, especially around the letters. Okay, and now the hard part. Getting this one on this side. So I'm gonna take off the vinyl backing. I'm gonna ideally put it right here. Okay, so the backing is off. I'm gonna put my thumbs on the edge so I can kind of eyeball it. Pull it to the side and get down to eye level. it on really good and try to get any air bubbles out. Also, I don't think I said it before, but when I cut out the vinyl, or before I cut it out, I tried to leave a decent amount of border around the edge. If it's too small, you can always put painter's tape, and that'll help. So you just don't want to get any of the glass etching stuff on the outside. Gently remove the transfer tape. Also, depending on the type of brush you're going to use, you want to make sure it's covered. If you're using a really fat brush, you might want to cover the edges with painter's tape. Last time I did it, it was okay. Okay, so I couldn't find my paintbrush. So now, make sure you wear gloves. I'm using a kid's regular acrylic paintbrush, I guess. Last time I used this thin one, or the first time I did it, I used this thin one. It's too small. So I was looking for something not too stiff, but I don't know, 1/4 inch thick. And I have this jar of Armour Etch. It was a little bit hard to find. In Hawaii, I think Ben Franklin's probably the best place, but I looked all over, City Mill, hardware stores. So just be very careful with this. It is a chemical. Wear goggles if you have them, a mask. I'm in a pretty ventilated area, so I'm okay. But yeah, it is a chemical, so you want to just be careful. On the back it says to brush on a thick layer and wait 1 to 3 minutes. I find like an average, not too thick, not too thin layer is totally fine, and 5 minutes is good. So I'm gonna do this one. Get some on the brush and just do small strokes, dabbing it on. Also do it somewhere where there's a good amount of light so you can see if you missed any areas. Like that would be the worst, to finish it, wash it off, and then realize you missed somewhere. And I start the 5-minute counter when I'm done with the whole word. I don't think you can really mess up by leaving it on for like a few minutes longer. The biggest thing though is to not get this on your gloves. Not because it's going to go through, but because when you touch everything else, you don't want to get the Armour Etch all over. So just be pretty neat. Do small wears. So I think this is like a really good gift for anyone who cooks or goes to parties. One, you always get your dish back because everyone knows whose it is, and then it's something cute. Like, I think I got Pyrex when I got married, and we've had the same one. We use the same dishes over and over. It's been 10 years, maybe 11 years now. It's just something you always have and keep forever. And I always wanted a personalized one, but I didn't really know how to do it. I mean, I knew you could use Armour Etch and a stencil, but the Cricut really made it possible to personalize it and make it cute. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward or skip to the next step because I still have to do the other 2 dishes also. Then I'm going to come back and kind of like push it around again, like just to make sure I didn't miss any parts or that some parts are thicker than others. I'm just going to like re-go over it, the whole thing all over again, and then let it set for the other 2 minutes. Okay, so I'll forward and come back. Okay, so it's been probably, to be honest, like 10 minutes. I have a stack of paper towels. I have a plastic bag to put all the rubbish in, the vinyl and the used paper towels. And what I'm going to do is very neatly wipe off the excess Armour Etch. You can get like a squeegee thing and put it back into the jar and reuse it. I just cannot deal with the mess. So I'm just going to wipe it off. I didn't use that much anyways, and I'm going to throw it away. So I'm going to wipe it off. Just try to be neat. Try not to get it on your gloves if possible. Just so that you're not putting a bunch of this chemical in your sink. I think it's okay, but like, why, right? So throw it away, turn it around. There's a lip on the other edge, so I'm not putting it on the surface, even though it's cardboard. Wipe off the excess. And then I'm going to go to the sink, rinse it off, and peel the vinyl. And then I'll be back. Okay, so I washed all the Armour Etch off and dried my dishes. Look how good that came out. You can really see it now. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I think bolder writing or bolder designs tend to look better. Like, this is probably the thinnest I would go for the lettering. Just because if you miss a little spot, it'll really show. So that's the large 9x13. They all come with a cover also. I really like these with, I think it's called the Easy Grab series, but these are really nice. And then the little ones came out really cute too. They have covers. Pairing it, not with Dixie's wrap bag. This is a different last name, but this is the two-tiered carrier that I made in the third video. So how cute is that gonna be with if you brought this to a potluck, right? This one fits right inside. Let's zip it up. And then for these, I would put a towel, but you know what I mean. This and the utensils on the outside. Like everything's just ready to go. But I think this will make a really great gift. I'm giving this to my mom, my mother-in-law. I might make one for myself. But yeah, I hope you guys end up trying this craft, and talk to you next time.